Okay, today's the big day. Getting the second floor framed out. These guys are amazing. You're looking at about 4 hours so far, but nothing at all being up there. They're probably an hour or two away from being done. They're gonna put windows in out here and put up the OSB board. When they get done, I'll take a walk through up there and show you what's going on. Boy, they're fast, very fast. Okay, today is Wednesday, May 21st, 2025. And yesterday was a very, very busy day here. Framers showed up. And at the very end of the day, they put this wall covering up, popped the windows in. There was a little hiccup with the windows, but we sorted that out. In a few minutes, I'll go upstairs and show you the rough framing they did and straightened out a lot of issues I had, and boy, there were plenty of them. Underneath here, I added this extension, 4 foot, to match the rest of the wall. And me and the Marky G did that when he was here. We built this. 2 auto body guys doing some woodwork, pretty scary. And then if you look over here on the top, you'll see there's a little piece of 2x4 on that 4x4 next to the TV stand. And you'll see I got some cleats over here holding an even bigger one up. And then over there, on top of the 4x4, is another 4x4. That's how far out of whack the concrete is, almost 3 inches. That was interesting. And the whole building's like that. So anyway, I'm gonna head upstairs and give you a peek of that. Okay, yesterday the first thing that happened when the frame guys got here, backing up their big crew cab Dodge dually truck with a big huge trailer loaded for lumber. They came right up here, and the guy that was watching the trailer wasn't watching where the ladders were attached to the side of the trailer. He put a nice big dent in my building. So that was a hell of a way to start my day. But I got over it. We made some arrangements. They offered to replace this whole piece of sheet metal and redo it. I said, no, it's not necessary. We'll just do a little adjustment. So anyway, that's how the day started. All right, here comes a quick tour of the interior build for a few of the people that wanted to see this. Walk in here through the sliding glass door. First thing you see is a future bathroom, 9x6. And that'll have all regular bathroom stuff. Obviously a shower stall in the corner, a toilet, and 30-inch vanity, which is sitting over here in this storage closet, built in. And then this little teeny area here is going to turn into a little bar. So I've always wanted one and never got one, so I'm going to make a little bar room. Little issue with the window yesterday at the end of the day. They made that hole a little too big, so I'll let them slide on that. I'll fix that myself. And they put a vaulted ceiling in. That ceiling over there is 8 foot tall, and the end walls, to get in past these overhead 1/8-inch thick tubular beams here, had to be dropped down to 7 feet. So it goes down to 7 foot tall in the bedrooms, and it's 8 foot tall in the main room, and slides out again. A little bit more framing work I got to do around the sliding door, but they did a really good job. And then this wall here, that was a total mess and messed up. The door was installed incorrectly. They wanted to take this wall all down, and I said, no, we're not doing that. Just make it work somehow, and they did. So that's pretty cool. I brought this wall here out all the way past these steel beams, which on the first floor, we went crazy trying to build around those, and actually being further away from the metal side of the building works much better for condensation. You learn things the hard way when you're doing things by yourself. Never built inside of a Barndominium before, so it was a learning curve. And then over here, I got one really nice bedroom. Another window, I gotta doctor up a little bit. Nice breeze coming through here now. Down to the shop, and then over here there was I think this bedroom here is 11 feet by, I think it turned out 8'6" wide. And this will probably just end up being just a catch-all room or just a spare extra bedroom. So I've had people wanting to come and visit me, but I really had no way to put them unless they had a camper. So I got 2 camper sites outside. So anyway, that's the build. There's a few mistakes here and there, but for what they had to deal with, these guys did a really good job. They looked really young, but when you get to be 70 plus years old, everybody looks young, at least in my eyes. These walls over here, trying to fix this, they put them up and took them down about 3 different times before they got it figured out. And they were only here a total of about 5 hours, and I was happy. And this whole thing up here run me about $2,300, including all the lumber. So man, you can't beat that. That was a heck of a deal. And from here on in, I can finish the rest of it myself, putting in the walls and the electrical and the plumbing and the finish work, now that the framing's done. So anyway, that's the update. And yesterday afternoon, right before the storm hit, that almost blew me completely off the porch. I was bringing in these fake logs here, these long ones. I picked one of them in and pouring rain, soaking wet, and when I lifted one off the other one, the wind picked the other one up, spun it around, and whacked me right in the face with it. It hurt pretty good. I wouldn't recommend it. And that's when I decided I'd had enough. I had all I could do to close this door. The wind was crazy, and it actually bent the hell out of one of my Harbor Freight tents I have outside. It's pretty much smashed. But we're still standing. There was a lot of work went on in this area to make this look like it's supposed to be. So, I've been learning. Building a Barndominium, and you got bad concrete work, and it just never ends. So that's it. That's the update. Second floor is done. Now I gotta wait for my garage to show up. So I'll be a busy guy all summer. All right, that's it.